This nice clean face. And then we'll start with foundation. I always recommend applying foundation with a brush. It goes on smoother and gives it more of an airbrush look.
Here.
So this is the Airspun powder. And you can go with a pretty heavy hand to start off with so it really seals in the foundation.
Okay.
And you can kind of do what you would call like a mini bake, which means you like let the powder sit on there for a little bit and kind of melt into the foundation, and then dust off any excess.
Interesting.
Next, I would do a little bit of bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula bronzer. And you want to do this just basically anywhere where you would naturally get tan, kind of where the sun would hit. You can take a little down the neck too. A lot of times our neck is a different color than our face, so you can help kind of even things out that way. Next, I would do contour, and we are using the eyeshadow palette for contour, and we're using this middle color. So anytime you do contour, you're going to want, if you don't have this exact palette, you're going to want to use an ashy color. You don't want anything too warm. Anytime you contour, you want to start at the top of the ear here and bring it down towards the corner of the mouth. And because this is shadow, it may not blend quite as good as a regular contour, so just make sure that you go in and kind of smooth it out a little bit.
And if they have their own contouring that's an ashy,
that's fine, yeah. Yeah, because obviously eyeshadow's not gonna work quite the same as a contour. But a lot of people contour these days, so the older girls probably do. And then a little contour around, ooh, a little carried away there, around the hairline. You can always go back in with your foundation brush and blend too. If you get, like I got a little excess product there in the beginning. And then the other place you would want to contour is just down the nose. And make sure you don't go too wide or else it has the opposite effect of what you want. So you want to make sure you go in far enough. Next I would start on eyes. So I would just start with kind of the all over light color. I'm not going to do the under eye concealer until I'm done with eyeshadow, because there's always going to be some fallout, and so that way it's easier to clean up the fallout if you do it that way. Then I moved to this color just down here on the eyelid and just press it in. Next we'll use this middle color and just kind of go in the crease here. The key with eyeshadow, and it's really important especially with this shadow because it's not the most expensive shadow, is just blending, just making sure that you blend really well. So I always like to use like a fluffier brush with just that basic lighter color that you can always go back in and kind of blend with. I'm going to use the next darker color to just start to build the outer corner. Okay. And then I'll use that darker color to really like create that kind of outer, heavier. I like to just go in and kind of try to soften and clean up the lines. Do the under eye concealer. So you can take like your powder brush and just dust off anything that's fallen out.
Don't wipe it, right?
Yeah, don't wipe. Yeah, it just smears. Yeah, so just dust it off.
Yeah.
And then we'll go in with the under eye.
And this is just any under eye concealer, but we're using...
This is the Instant Age Rewind.
Okay, it's like a universal
Yeah, this is
You
the
don't need to
neutral
remind your
color.
age, Angela.
If you
I hope not.
if you have really fair skin, you'll want to make sure this one's the neutralizer. I like it. It's just a good, like, you can use it for pretty much anyone. Unless you're really fair, you're gonna want to go lighter
Okay.
than that. So I usually let it sit for a minute to just kind of dry before I start buffing it in.
Otherwise, you're just gonna wipe it off.
Right. And you really want to blend it kind of down into your cheek. That's what really gives your face kind of that lit look. And you can also use it to kind of go and clean up your eyeshadow line. And then I'm just gonna take this middle color of the darker colors and just connect underneath. So just a little bit of that underneath. It doesn't need to be like a perfect line.
And they don't need to bring it all the way in.
No, just smudge it out. I usually go about halfway. You don't want to bring it all the way in or else it closes up the eye. We'll do a little bit of the highlighter. That's this Wet n Wild. A bit, and just right here, kind of in that where the eyebrow arches. You can do just a little bit there. And I would say maybe just a tiny bit on this inner corner. It just brightens things, but I would stay away from like the actual eye. So you can see how it just kind of lights it up especially when the eyes open. Okay, and then we'll do eyeliner. And my tip with the eyeliner is to lay it like flat instead of trying to draw it on like this, because that's like your smallest point. It's easier to just lay it flat. So I usually try to start in.
You're pulling the eye up and out.
And then just get a nice line that's kind of blended into the eyeshadow right there. And then you can stop. And then I'll usually, you can close again. Sometimes it's easier to do the inner corner of the eye, open, when it's open, to connect it all the way. And then you can just go back in and clean up anything. Next, I would do just a little bit of highlight on just right here, kind of above the cheekbone, kind of back into the hairline a little bit. And that's really the only place you want highlighter, because if you use too much, it just makes it look like you're sweating when you're on stage. So that would be the only place I would recommend doing that.
So they do that before the blush?
I mean, you can do it either way, but the key is really just to blend.
Okay.
Like just to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're blending it. And
Right.
then, as always on stage, go a little bit heavier on the blush than you think you should. Okay, smile for me. And the smiling is an easy way to just find where you should put the blush. So you're gonna find like the apples of the cheek and you'll start there, and then you're gonna blend it back. And like I said before, you can take your foundation brush and just kind of dab between where the highlight and the blush is to kind of just blend those lines so it's seamless.
Unfortunately, it looks much better in person than on this video.
Yeah.
On the video, for some reason, it looks less blended, but
Yeah, the video never does it justice. Now we're gonna do the waterline with this white, the NYX pencil. So you'll just pull down and just kind of do short. It's easier, rather than like trying to line it like this, it's easier to just do little short strokes. And then especially for the older girls, have them apply their own mascara. People are usually better at applying their own mascara. With mascara, you're going to want to do just a light coat on the top lash, and then on the bottom lash, just make sure you stick close to the base of the eye. You don't need a real heavy mascara on the bottom. And then when you're going to apply your false lashes, what I always recommend doing is just starting out and just measuring. So she has pretty big eyes, so I may not need to trim too much. But you don't want them to come out too far. That's when, if they're too long, they start to like curl and I call it caterpillar. You know, they kind of, and so they don't look super clean. So I'm just gonna take a little bit off. I have these little scissors and I'm just gonna snip a little bit off. And then the next tip is just to apply the glue, and you're going to want to make sure you have enough on the outer and the inner corner.
And then I got a tip one time that you should like blow on them, let them air dry for like 10 or 15 seconds at least.
Yes, that was going to be, yep, that's my next. Because if the glue's not sticky, then they're not going to.
Yeah, you don't want it to be wet.
Right.
It's just going to make a mess. I got this pack of 5, I guess I should go this way. This is a really professional video, you guys. I got these at Walgreens and it was $10 for the pack of 5, which might actually get you through the whole competition season. So I recommend a value pack.
Yes. And then you'll just go in. I like to start at the inner corner and just hold it down and then just take it out. I usually will hold it for just a minute. Kind of just keep pushing it on.
You want to make sure you close the gap, right, between the lid and the lash.
Right.
Some people do them too high and then there's a gap.
Yes, you want it as close to the lash line as possible. And so open your eye so you can see. And sometimes after, she opens her eye, then I'll just kind of push up like this. Some people will apply them when the eyes open and go down like this, and you can do that, but I've found it's harder to get it close to the lash line as close to the lash line as you want when you do it that way. Okay, open. Pretty. And then the last thing would be brows. So for the older girls, you can draw a little bit on if you want to. So sometimes I'll just say, just create a little structure by starting the inner part of the brow and just go up. And then mainly what you want to do is just kind of go around and create a good shape. So just kind of on the bottom and then the top.
So you're just using the eyeshadow?
I'm just using the eyeshadow, yep. I just used this second to the dark.
Okay.
Yep. Just to kind of line, and then we have that mascara, the brow mascara, the NYX brow mascara.
Okay.
And you just use this to kind of fill in and
that's the filler.
Yeah, to fill in and give them a good shape. Line the lips.
So they'll need to refer to their costume list because most dances we're wearing this pink color, but some we're going to require red, and we recommend Ruby Woo by MAC. So that'll be on your instructions for per dance. So.
And if they have to change colors,
what do you recommend taking it off?
I love micellar water. It works really well. I would recommend just putting some micellar water on a like a cotton pad and keeping them in like a Ziploc baggie.
Okay.
I think that's probably a really easy way. The cotton pad's smaller than trying to use like a makeup wipe that then wipes off more than you want it to sometimes, so.